Even as food choices often spark fierce debates at the intersection of religion, caste, culture, and identity, this time the flashpoint is a movie ticket. A viral post by Kantara fan page urged audiences to take a Sankalpa, which is a pledge actually. A pledge to give up alcohol, smoking, and meat on the day they watch the film together. This so-called Kantara Sankalpa went viral online, complete with a Google form and participation certificates. Many actually signed up, but the backlash was too swift, with critics pointing out that meat is central to the Daivakola ritual, which is prevalent in coastal Karnataka. The post actually resembled official promotion carrying the film's logo, but actor and filmmaker Rishab Shetty and Hombre Films quickly distanced themselves from this entire exercise. Let me quote them. "Nobody has the right to question another person's food choices. This has nothing to do with our production house," said Shetty at the trailer launch. Listen in.
ಊಟೋಪಚಾರಗಳಾಗ್ಬೋದು, ಅವರವರ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸಗಳಾಗ್ಬೋದು, ಇದು ಯಾವುದನ್ನ ಯಾರೂ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಅಧಿಕಾರ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಅವರವರ ಸ್ವಂತಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಂತಹ, ಅವರವರ ವಿವೇಚನೆಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಂತಹ ವಿಚಾರಗಳು. ಯಾರೋ ಫೇಕ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಹಾಕಿರೋದು, ಅದು ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಗಮನಕ್ಕೂ ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಾವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಹೋಗಿ ನಾವು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಆ ಪೋಸ್ಟನ್ನು ಅವ್ರು ತೆಗೆದ್ರು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ಷಮೆನೂ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಅದನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಹೌಸ್ಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದಲ್ಲ. ಊಟೋಪಚಾರಗಳಾಗ್ಬೋದು, ಅವರವರ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸಗಳಾಗ್ಬೋದು, ಇದು ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಯಾರೂ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಅಧಿಕಾರ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಅವರವರ ಸ್ವಂತಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಂತಹ, ಅವರವರ ವಿವೇಚನೆಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಂಥ ವಿಚಾರಗಳು. ಯಾರೋ ಫೇಕ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಹಾಕಿರೋದು, ಅದು ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಗಮನಕ್ಕೂ ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಾವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಹೋಗಿ ನಾವು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಆ ಪೋಸ್ಟನ್ನು ಅವ್ರು ತೆಗೆದ್ರು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ಷಮೆನೂ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಅದನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಹೌಸ್ಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದಲ್ಲ.
The fan page later deleted the post and issued an apology. The controversy lands just as Kantara Chapter 1 ramps up with a carefully low-key marketing strategy. There are no teasers so far, a surprise cast reveal, and a trailer pointing to deeper cultural themes. The film references Parme, a bhuta worshipped in coastal Karnataka, adding to conversations around folklore, faith, and their overlap with mainstream cinema. For some, the pledge was harmless devotion. For others, it was food policing disguised as fandom. Either way, Kantara has once again triggered debates that stretch for beyond cinema. And for more on this, let me now go across to my colleague Mohammad Wajiullah to speak more on this. Waji, what a very famous movie, and if you look at it, it's a beautiful amalgamation of myth, folklore, and of course, fantastic cinema. Now, obviously, Daivakola is a very important part of coastal Karnataka. We as South Indians know very clearly about it. But this overzealous fan page said, eschew eating meat, no alcohol, no smoking. Maybe it has something to do with Rishab Shetty, no, Vaji? Because apparently, Rishab Shetty stops having this a little before he starts his movie or the movie's release. Explain this for the viewers, Vaji.
Also, Rishab Shetty is religious when it comes to cultural, when it comes to tradition and stuff. But when it comes to this particular post, there is nothing which the production house has said from their end, and Rishab Shetty in his bite categorically has denied it. But yes, absolutely, you have a very religiously fanatic fans also in your fan base, and out of one of those fan base, this has come out. While yes, the fact that Rishab Shetty is religious, and the movie itself is an example, is an amalgamation of everything that he himself follows. He's somebody from the Uttar Kannada belt, where Devta Kala and all of these things are a part ingrained in the culture of the person who lives there. And Rishab Shetty wanted to highlight this through his Kantara film, and the first film itself was a massive hit, which highlighted the concept behind these kinds of rituals and the pujas. And the second one gives you an in-depth analysis. So his entire purpose has been to highlight this out. And that is what he's done. But when a post like this comes out, which has become overzealous, then Rakesh Shetty, is something that made him also realize that it is high time he has to nip it in the bud. And what he said also highlights the example of plurality, cultural diversity of that particular region, where he also goes on to say that you have the right to have your own thing while you can be religious on your own sense. Therefore, there is nothing with the movie per se, but these are fans doing what fans do.
You know, I mean, you know, the thing is that isn't it also true, Vajji, that I can understand a fan page, and every film has fan pages and particularly devoted fans. But the point of the matter is, Vajji, isn't it right that this time Kantara, so far, Vajji, has been very low-key. See, we've hit Dasra, which is very big in Karnataka. Mysuru Dasra is on right now. You know, considering that this movie is a mix, like you said, about folklore, myth, whether you believe or it's about a bhuta, you know, he has been very low-key. Isn't that right? But then the fan pages have gone over the top, as it were.
Well, Sudha, if you see the first Kantara, when that also came out, there was no big promotions. You didn't see them going TV shows. You didn't see them. It is only after when it hit the theaters and it became such a massive hit instantly as soon as it hit the theater, because it touched the very nerve or the very chord that connects with people, and it's religion. And the way it showed religion and it showed the cultural, the myth, the folklore, whether true or false, the idea behind a belief was something that connected with the people. And it is only after that was when we saw the actors and the actors coming out and speaking to the public. That is when we saw them promoting. It was only after the film. And mind you, that time it was a 34 crore budget film which earned them 400, 500 CRs. And in fact, more than that. That is why when it came to the second one, they realized that there is already this fan base with him, and he does not have to show or does not have to do over the board promotions like other movies do it, because the whole core of the film itself is to touch the inner aspect of myth and the cultural element. And he knew the fact that his movie will automatically connect with the public the way it has been shot. And mind you, the trailer was mind-boggling. It already has more than 110 million views on YouTube, highest ever. And the visuals of it itself is so enriching that people have already started booking, are waiting for it. There is a huge fervor over it on social media, on the street. I have spoken to a few of them from morning, and they have said, have you watched? In fact, my brother, who doesn't speak so much about movies, he has come and asked me, have you seen the trailer? So this is what the movie insides, and you don't have to promote a movie which spreads from word to mouth. And that is the best marketing that can be done, word to mouth. And that is what he's taken care of.
Absolutely, Vajji. This is so old-fashioned. You know, one never, I mean, during the old times, I mean, in the 80s, 90s, no one actually promoted the film like it is done over the top. I mean, they pop up everywhere and say, please promote my film. That's such a plus for Rishab Shetty. Tell me something, Vajji. These days, almost every movie runs into a controversy or the other. We know about several controversies in Kannada films itself. Has Kantara ever run into a controversy so far, Vajji, that you remember?
Well, yet it has had its share of controversies. There were a lot of deaths that had taken place during the set. Then he had a case against, there was a particular case also, I'm not getting the exact case, but yes, it has had its fair share of controversies, and Rishab Shetty has been on top of it. He's clarified all of them. The deaths that have taken place, there was a fear that it is because he was trying to interfere with the forest culture. But all that were just rumors that either fans were spreading or defectors were spreading or his competitors were spreading. But Rishab Shetty, on the other hand, just blindly followed what he wanted to do. And this is a franchisee. This is a movie which is very close to him. And he has said this time and again. He has always been somebody who's rooted to the culture. If you see when he comes for interviews also, he specially speaks in Kannada, and that too, the dialect that is spoken in the Mangalore region, he has that power also in his Kannada. He wears his dhoti, he wears his lungi and dhoti. He doesn't come, he's not seen much on interviews, which he tries to be connected to his root, and that is what he's trying to project through this. And that is why he believes that I don't have to jump around like everyone does, go here and there and speak about it. Automatically people will watch it, and that is what happened with Kantara 1. That is what happened with this trailer. And I think everything Rishab Shetty is doing right now is connecting with the people instantly.
What a wonderful, you know, way of promoting a film by being rooted to where you come from. And the movie is releasing on 2nd of October, and that is not a coincidence because on Gandhi Jayanti there is of course talk about eschewing alcohol and meat as said by the Mahatma.